Hello, hello. We're here with Amy Atmore. She is, I got to pull out my list for this. She is a director of performance. She's got her doctorate in physical therapy from USC. She's a licensed, physical therapist and certified strength and conditioning coach. She's pretty much the bomb.
All right.
And I'm gonna let her tell you how bomb she is. So what are you doing right now? What have you been doing with it? And tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Coach Steph and Coach Britt. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Very, very fortunate to be here. I'm currently working in Seattle for one private athlete. I have a pretty unique role in literally being employed by one athlete. And I'm putting my heart, my soul, my brain into everything I do each and every day as a physical therapist, but more on the preventative side. Mm-hmm. And so I'm still working as a PT, but I'm very integrative in all the things that we're doing to try to obviously bulletproof his body and maintain his health and ensure that he's recovering as quickly as possible, kind of separating in season and off season. But it's been a lot of fun so far.
And how long have you been here in that position?
This position, I'm entering my second season. So I started in 2020, the 2020 season, and now we're in the next one. And this is his 10th year in the NFL. So it's a big year, and we're feeling a shift in a lot of different things, and we're very hopeful that this is going to be a different year, and we're hoping to win.
Absolutely. Let's go. Seattle.
Yeah.
Seahawks one time. So before you were in this position, you were in another larger position. Can you tell us a little bit about that position?
Yes. I was incredibly grateful to be a part of the Phoenix Suns, who are now in the playoffs. They just round two, just finished game one. They took home the W. Like, they're such an amazing organization of staff, players, the sports medicine team. I was with them in the 2019 season as their performance physical therapist, and that was a whole lot of fun. It was such a whirlwind to have gone from that into COVID-19 and the shutdown and everything. But in that midst, I got this offer in my current position, and probably made the hardest decision of my life to switch. But I felt that there was something there. My family's also in the Pacific Northwest, so I made like 6 pros and cons lists and decided to go with the second choice. So it's been a whirlwind these last 3 years now.
Wow. Time goes by so fast, because I remember when you got that position at Phoenix, and we were like, yes, Amy, like what? Big time,
crazy.
Moving up.
Yes, just got our Phoenix t-shirt.
Right. Like, okay, let's get it. I'm a Phoenix fan now.
Yeah,
like, you're still rocking the Sun shirts, right? I'm LA all the way. Does not get it twisted.
Nobody said who they just beat in that first round.
Hold on. We were not healthy. Don't get me started.
They need definitive care.
Sorry for your loss. Condolences.
I wasn't even going to say it.
No, but for Phoenix, were you the first woman to be in that position, or
on the performance training staff? I believe I was. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
I have to mention though. So they had a previous training staff that was there for like a number of years, but they also have an equipment staff. So they have the equipment manager and the assistant equipment manager there. Denise, she was there prior, and she was the first female on the equipment side over there with the Suns, and she's still rocking it over there. She's killing it. And she was phenomenal to work with and get to know while I was there. So I'm very grateful to obviously be around other females in the same vicinity.
Absolutely. So how important is that to have another woman you can kind of bounce off of, or just the representation of a woman in a corporate setting?
It's very important, and it's very special. And I feel that, you guys know this, that you don't go about your day thinking like, I'm the only female walking this building today. Like it's not really
right.
like
kind of disappears.
You just kind of, you start your day, initiating your day being the best that you can be. And you kind of expect things to be coming your way, and you handle it exceptionally each and every time. Like it's just what you do, how you do it. And it's part of who you are. It's part of who you are, Steph. It's part of who you are, Britt. It's part of who I am. And it's incredibly special when you can find another female in that same industry who vibes the same way. And it's just nice. It's something, it's not common, but it's starting to come around the corner. I think there's more females coming into the NBA and NFL. There's more females coming into the training staff world, the strength and conditioning world. It's starting to become integrated from the coaching level. I feel that there has been a shift in these last like 5 years, and it's really, really cool to see less and less firsts, more like,
right.
There's another
we just have another slide
and another
right.
one.
We just yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's special, very special.
So preventative is such a unique aspect to training. I think that's one that's often overlooked. I think trainers think bigger, faster, stronger.
Right.
And they forget about preventative. What does that look like on a day-to-day, or how do you piece that together?
Yeah, definitely. Prehab and preventative medicine and injury prevention are all kind of buzzwords that people like to use to talk about preparing their body to ahead of time, so then they don't have to they don't fall into the trenches of getting hurt and getting injured. In general, it's taking care of your body before you have to take care of your body. And the easiest example is your young high school athlete who you give them some exercises to do and they don't really want to do it, but 9 months down the road they sprain their ankle, or they have something more serious, like they sprain their knee, or anything else along their kinetic chain of their body. And then they go through a grueling rehabilitation process that takes them away from their sport. And they learn through their journey of adversity that maybe they should have done A or B or C. And now they have the secondary motivation to be more preventative about their body. Now I'm going to strengthen my muscles and try to get strong. And now I'm going to do some warm-ups before I actually go and play in a game. That sort of thing. You're
like Dr. Amy may have known what she was talking about. Maybe a little bit.
Can't just jump in, throw the shoes on, and start playing.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many times I've had conversations where I've tried to advocate or recommend something, and been shut down, and like, okay, that's fine. I'll talk to you in like a year or so, and they come back. You know what? I might need your help and assistance, and it's all good. It's all good. We've done this a couple hundred times.
Yeah. And it's like, especially with younger athletes, like you said, the fix or the focus is often so apparent, like what needs to be strengthened or worked on, or what will be a problem later on. But like you said, kids they're thinking about shooting the basketball and everything else.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's tough because I feel like you're constantly learning and evolving as a human being and as a person. And, if the time isn't right for you to just be committed and taking care of your body, there's a plan for that. There's a reason for your path of potentially getting hurt, if that's what it takes for you to get really focused on it. But yeah, in general, I love it. I think it started to get more passionate in 2018 2019, after I was practicing just as like an orthopedic clinic physical therapist for like 8 years. And I just saw the same thing over and over and over again. Wow. Not necessarily getting tired of it, but it was kind of monotonous in a way, seeing so many ACL injuries, repairs, and then having to rehabilitate that, and then ankle sprains, and then seeing it from the kind of same general population in the high school level. And then you hear the stories, like the mechanisms of injury and how did they go about doing this, and how many of those athletes were year-round athletes? Did they ever have like an off season? And then from that, I started to kind of figure out what else I wanted to do aside from just working the clinic and fixing stuff after the fact.
Right. Yes.
Damage control.
Yeah. And quality control.
Quality control.
More so.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So let's go back to you being the woman in the room, right? So you're the woman in the room, you're the leading the way. In this position now, you are the leader, right? You are more like the supervisor, putting together the plan. Is there any time that you question yourself? Like, am I doing the right thing? Do I have this plan on point? Do you feel more sense of a pressure because you are the woman in the room and everyone's looking at you and everyone you look at is a male? Is there any kind of self-doubt there? And then how do you deal with that?
It's a great question. I always have doubt, but I don't let it be known, or at least I try not to let it be known.
Yep.
At the end of the day,
I feel like this is my plan, I think.
No. At the end of the day, I've come to my conclusions based on a number of different things, based on what their reports are to me, what I know from like an experienced clinical perspective, and then what science tells us and what research tells us. And from those three areas, I come to my conclusions and make the best recommendations possible. And then I'm not always making the decisions. I'm kind of making the decisions collaboratively with my athlete. Nice. This is important in the private sector because I'm working for my athlete, and what he says it weighs more heavily than what I say. As opposed to working in a team environment, oftentimes you dictate a little bit more in terms of like recommendations and protocols. But in the private sector, you really have to strongly think about what your athlete's goals are and find ways to like optimize that in the best, safest, most effective way possible.
Interesting. What are those winning moments like for you when you put together the training routine? And can we say the player's name that you work?
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, so we're talking about Mr. the one and only Russell Wilson. So what are those winning moments when you guys put all this work in and you see him on the field and you're like, boom, that's why we were doing A, B, and C, and D?
Honestly, it's when he wins, then I feel like I feel that we're on the right path and we're doing the right thing. And I say we because I'm not the only person on the team. There's he has a number of people working with him on his body and in the training room. I have the honor of being able to see him the most often because I have to assess him in the morning, treat him in the day, before, after practice. And then in season, when he's playing, you can see when he gets hit every day. After, I have to reassess him to just make sure his body is right and figure out what we need to fix in the 3-4 day window until the next game. But watching him win, watching him perform, and hearing that he feels great is simply the best thing. And it encourages me to keep going on the track that I have been going with him.
I love that. Because I know when I watched Russell this past season, every time I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah,
so like I'm moving and grooving with him. Like, oh yeah.
It's definitely nerve-wracking.
I'm confident because I'm like, oh, Amy can fix that. We good.
No, people are always, they get excited with the fact of knowing like I get to watch the game, but I'm not watching the game per se in the same way that fans are watching the game. I'm
right.
mechanically watching how he's moving, and when he gets hit, how he lands. Was it a contact? Was it a non-contact? Which part of his body was affected? Like where was the forces involved, and hypothesize what I need to look at later. And there's a lot of things going on. I'm tracking all that during the game while I'm watching the game at the same time.
So that's a lot. Like, are you writing this down? Do you have like a flow chart going, or yeah?
Yeah, he makes fun of me because I have an iPad with me at all times. I'm always constantly writing notes, so I don't forget that. You know how my brain works. I can't. I gotta write stuff down.
Yes.
Oh my God, I can imagine.
Man,
yeah, but trying to keep track of all that.
But I mean, I bet the more you watch him, his tendencies, and the more you watch just the tendency of football, I bet the better you are at, predicting what's going to be a big hit or what's going to be okay, or where the hit may or may not come from.
Yeah, definitely. I've learned a lot. It was a little bit of a learning curve initially going from basketball to football, but it was exciting too, just re-educating myself in the sport of it, specifically of an overhead athlete, which in some ways I was already familiar with because my sport was water polo, and I threw overhead all the time. So there was initially a learning curve, but then I had a lot of just interest in prehabbing his shoulder and making sure mechanically he's using his body as optimal as possible.
Wow, my goodness. So do you have a mentor, Amy, that you look up to in your field? It's like you can bounce a question off of.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have a single mentor, but I have several mentors, in the sense that I have a number of people that I go to run a question by them or get their thoughts on something and help me make decisions. I have some of those mentors are also friends and colleagues, like other physical therapists, other sports physical therapists in the professional league, in other sports, in basketball, in baseball, and then former physical therapist mentors that were in my life prior to me getting into school for physical therapy. A lot of people who I look up to and constantly check in with, because even though I'm in my 10th year practicing, I'm still learning. I'm trying to refine my skill set and trying to be the best that I can be, just, each and every day.
Always a student, right?
Always.
It never stops. And I'm sure with technology, like how has technology impacted the training techniques you've used since like school to today?
Oh man, technology is insane. Like I'm still blown away at what is capable with technology. And I think that there was a reason why I needed to do everything without technology for a long time, because now that technology is present, it allows me to understand the legwork that goes behind a computer doing your work for you. Like, for example, like when I used to monitor like what athletes do, load management, for example, like you would just time how much time they're training, time on their feet, how many reps they're taking, which directions are they moving in, are they jumping high, are they changing directions often, are they speeding very high, what was their intensity for that day, what did they report was their intensity for that day. And now they have GPS wearables where it tracks that automatically. These little wearable GPS systems that are placed on a vest, and the athlete puts it on for the duration of their training, and it tracks all those micro movements and for you. And that's pretty cool. I learned that when I first got in the NBA, and learning more about load management and performance and return to play. using that data, which was really cool.
That's cool. We had all that.
I know. Well, we're starting to see it with the college athletes now. You start to see the little hunchback thing on their spine.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
All these athletes have bad backs.
It looks like a mini mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
definitely didn't have that
cool.
when we played.
No. We at the end of the day, or back in the day, we would say, okay, you're on for 5 days, you're off for 2 days, and you recover on those days.
Yep.
And hope you do recover,
or you didn't recover at all because your coach would kick you in the butt if you didn't go back to practice the next day.
Oh my gosh! And there was no analytics as to why your ankle hurt.
And there was no protocol either. It's like, it feels good today. Why don't you give it a go?
You want some tape?
Yeah.
No way.
But somehow we still thrived in that. I think it toughened a lot of our skins. Like our generation, your generation, I feel like we had really tough skin, playing through a lot of different things. And now with this next generation, they have so many resources. They have video film capability where it's all these things. They have it pretty good.
They
don't even know. I think the thing that made us the toughest was that ice bath.
Oh yeah.
Bath.
You find out how tough you are on the ice bath.
Yes.
Sure. Do you still do that, Amy? Is that one of your requirements?
There is it depends what your goal is, but there's still a purpose for it if you want to use it. I feel like there's a rhyme and reason for it.
Now they have electrical ice cubes. Yeah. They can make your ice cubes hotter or colder just by you pushing a button now. Oh my!
If you're looking for a quick rush of like your blood flow, go in and then come back right out. Go in and come right out.
Yeah, not this one over here.
No, I was never looking for that.
No, not at all. Okay, now your position, this is a high level position, right?
Yeah.
How do you decompress?
It's a great question. Obviously, anyone in any job needs to be sustainable, right? Over time. And it's difficult. I shouldn't say difficult. It's a tough concept to grasp when you're always a grinder. Like, are you familiar with the book by Tim Grover called Relentless?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Cleaner mentality.
That's right.
Okay. Like you're just constantly going. And at some point, if you don't choose a day for your body to rest, your body will choose a day for you. Yeah. So it's different for everyone, but I try to prioritize that because I know that if I don't come in my best, then I can't give my best. And it always comes back to me wanting to give my best attention, manual skills, everything to my athlete that day. And if I need to do something to ensure that I'm coming in 100%, then I'll make sure I do that. But it's like micro dosed. I'll do it throughout the day. I'll do it on the weekends. In the season, I'll just find time to step away outside of the office, away from my computer, go onto the grass, go outside, just little things. And I'll just make sure I separate myself from my work every couple hours or so, in between transitions and stuff. That my work, my work, as much as I enjoy it, I don't want it to define me 100%.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely 100% love what I do, but what I do is not 100% of who I am.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So I have to make sure I'm attending to myself in that capacity to stay sustainable.
Mm-hmm. And how about, you're manipulating these huge athletic bodies all the times, you've got arms and legs bigger than you are, I'm sure. So like, do you have somebody working on you?
That's a great question. Listen,
no.
All right. I'm a big person.
Taking offers.
Huh?
We're taking offers right now.
But when it comes to someone working on me, I don't really have someone who works on me, but when I need someone, I'll usually, I'll find someone to work on me.
Okay.
But for the most part, I take care of my own body so that it doesn't get to the point where I need like body treatments, you know what I mean? But I have a lot of friends in the area, and I can always call on them to get some treatment. So yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now
but self-care is definitely the best care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Starts there.
Yeah.
Now, these high performing athletes, you went from working with high school athletes to transitioning on to Phoenix and now to Russell. What's their mindset like around physical therapy and strengthening? And how can the high school athletes today, how can they take some of those tools and strategies and apply them?
That's a great question. Like number 3 is a huge advocate for physical therapy. He obviously has hired a PT in the past to help him stay healthy to play. At the end of the day, if you're a professional athlete, your job is to play no matter what. And so if you cannot play due to your body not functioning the way it needs to function, then you no longer have your career. So that's number 1. So he invested in self-care for his body. And he had a PT prior to me coming on board. So he was a big advocate for PT already. His mindset when it comes to PT is he believes in it. He believes in body mechanics and prehab work. And I'm grateful that he believes in me to take care of those things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think when we're talking about a woman in a male dominated industry, your employer has to have belief in you.
Absolutely.
They have to be number 1, because you could be 1 out of 300 guys. And you're the one in the room. So having his support and his belief, like, I know Amy knows what she's doing, is huge, and it's key to your success and going forward. So,
yeah, no, definitely. I don't take
number 3
every day for granted. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. If the job doesn't get done today, then I could be gone tomorrow. And I look at each day, just trying to maximize each day one at a time. So I'm truly grateful to be here. But definitely, anyone who's in a high performance job situation, like you have to be at your best each and every day, and don't take it for granted.
Don't take it for granted, people.
Yeah.
Right. Any position that you're in. Absolutely. We got, you want to unlace her?
It might be that time.
Okay. So I'm gonna let Steph take this part.
Okay. All right.
So we have a thing here at Unlaced Project where our goal is to just kind of unlace the stories and just the things within people that make them who they are. And once we've unlaced that, we like to bring it back and connect it to a shoe that helps us just describe who you are, or makes us think about who you are. So we got to unlace you and connect you back to a shoe.
Okay. Okay.
There are many.
I like that metaphorical statement.
You were hard to think of a great match because you're shoe head at heart as well. But
right? Can we say Amy is a shoe head? Amy shoe game is on point.
Yeah.
I have to credit my husband, because when I met him, I was not into shoes as much, and to this day, I think I have 20 J's right now.
Ooh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, the next episode we'll have to take a walk through your closet.
Right. Unlace the closet.
Yeah.
All
right. I'll get that ready for you.
So your shoe is the Jordan 1 shattered backboard.
Okay.
All right.
And we chose this for you. Because everyone knows that this shoe is inspired by Michael Jordan, obviously, when he shattered the backboard in Italy after his rookie season in an exhibition game. But we chose it for you because in the position that you're in, and as a woman in the position you're in, you're just out there shattering backboards. You know, you're breaking barriers and setting new standards. And challenging the status quo.
Whoa.
You know, you just take it one dunk at a time and you just shatter. So shattered backboard.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. That's great.
Do you have these?
I don't. Well, no, those are lows. No, I don't have those.
Okay.
You have the lows version?
I have the lows, but they're purple for the suns.
Okay.
And
okay.
Phoenix Suns colors.
And Phoenix.
Yes. That was really, really awesome. Thank you so much. It's an honor to hear that from you. And you know, I don't, like I said, I don't take this job for granted. And it's kind of weird now how the next generation and younger individuals are looking up to me and asking me how to get into this position. And I'm just thinking I don't have,
you don't have a roadmap, right?
No.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't just happen. All your hard work and preparation. But
absolutely.
I would say it's consistently working hard and not giving up. That's what it is. If you are truly in belief of yourself for doing what you want to do, whatever that goal is, you set your mind to it and you just try to be the best version of yourself, and go towards that path and do not stop. If that's what you believe, it's what is meant to be.
We love it.
Shatter backboards.
Shatter all the backboards, break the barriers.
That's pretty much it.
Level up. Whoa,
that was so cool to be compared to that shoe. So thank you.
There were so many. It was hard to
man. First they were like the Concord.
So creative, by the way.
What's that?
Out of all the shoes, that's so creative, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. That's Coach Steph's gift.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Putting shoes to heads. Yeah.
By the way, you're probably the biggest sneakerhead I know.
I probably am.
Like a genuine sneakerhead.
Yeah. See, it's different because people will call themselves sneakerheads because they have a certain amount of shoes.
Okay.
This one knows the history.
No, I was going to say that, but no one understands history like you do. Like you can pull out the history of that shoe and the significant persons involved at that time. The games and and it's just innate in who you are. Like I don't know anyone else who has that level of knowledge and passion.
Me either.
But it's just fun. I saw these short shoes got a story.
And the size. And the size.
Yes. In a size 4.
You know what? I've recently upgraded to a size 5.
Listen to this, Amy. Listen to this.
Oh.
Yeah, I changed my shoe size. I went to a size 5 because they're easier to get. I don't know why 4 and 4.5 are so popular right now. So I was just like, I'll just grow to a size 5. I'll size up. Yeah, so I'm a size 5 now.
In her 30s, she's going to grow.
Yeah. But
so are you wearing these size 5s?
Oh yeah, we're good. It's just an extra little tiny bit.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Like triple socks.
No, it's not that crazy. It's not that crazy.
Can we go around and tell me what your favorite shoe is?
Oh man. I have so many favorites for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, there's not just like one shoe that's like, this is it forever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're from the Concord because that's the first shoe that was gifted to me and really kind of, springboarded that. From, Air Max 1, the Air Max 1, just because it's so classic and you have to have that shoe, to just creative shoes that come out along the way where you're like, no, this is my favorite. And then the next one comes out, you're like, no, this one. But
yes.
I mean, I don't know if I could ever answer that. And
I know I've asked many times and changed it.
It depends on what I'm doing.
Sure. Yeah. Situation dependent.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. How I'm feeling that day.
Yes. Yes. You got OG Air Force Ones, the heavy Air Force Ones.
Yeah. I mean, you had to have that shoe at some point in your life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And they match with everything.
And it goes with
As long as they clean.
Yes. It's funny you mentioned the concourse, because like I told you when I met Ronald, I had, I think, a total of 6 pairs of shoes with 1 pair of Team Jordans. And I don't even know to this day what kind of,
I probably had them. I was down with the Team Jordans.
I don't know if you know this, but it was like, it had like a little fake diamond on the bottom. And it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was.
Did it have like a flap over the shoelaces?
Yes, it did.
Oh my God.
I got you.
What was that? What was that one called? I don't even.
Ooh, I can picture it.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's a Team Jordan for sure. I forget the exact. They had a lot of colors.
It was black and white.
Black and
white.
Yeah, black, white, and gold. Yep. They had like a red and white. They had. I mean, it's a Team Jordan. It came in a lot of colors.
That was like my shoe. And when Ronald met me, he was like, "We're gonna have to
upgrade your game up."
And he asked me what like my like dream shoe was. I was like, I would love one day to get these Concords. Like, I was like, I'm never gonna get them, but they're like my dream shoe. And sure enough, after like a year or so, he got me those shoes, and that was my first pair of actual Jordans.
Yeah,
love that.
So you married him.
He had to.
Yep, you put a ring on that.
It is just so funny when you said that was your first pair that was given to you.
Yeah, and my dad
what
gave
size
them
were
to
those?
me. I was when they first ever came out, so I was in like 3rd grade, so they were like a size 2.
Oh,
they were so little,
shoe.
But I loved them, and I got multiple pairs. We went back a few times.
That's when you can get your hands on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's when it
especially in a size
Jumpman on the bottom. Yeah.
Oh,
baby.
Yeah, it was.
Little
I was
baby
little.
feet.
They were little.
Oh,
baby feet.
Goodness.
Well,
I'm size 5.5. Not.
Are you
not
5.5?
Actually,
oh, you up? You leveled up too?
No. I'm a 6 youth. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, you're 6. Okay,
I'm a 6.
I thought you were a little further away from this one. I won't even talk about my size here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I have an
what's
adult
your
foot?
let me take a guess.
Try to guess.
You right there.
9.5.
Yep.
9.
Yep. Right there. Yep.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
So it's a little harder to get my pair.
Yeah, she's that popular size bet.
Yes, popular. I'm like, who wears a 9?
My best friend is like around a 9 too, I think. But when I look at it, it's like, it doesn't look that big. But
no, it doesn't.
We don't
look big at all.
Shoe size like from 7 to 9. It's like, oh.
No, when she tries to put on my shoe, it looks clownish all the way around.
It's not as bad now since I've leveled up to a size 5.
No, girl.
we're getting used to it.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Goodness gracious. Hilarious.
No, but this has been great, Amy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys both. It was good to see your faces, your smiles.
I know.
Haven't changed one bit in the last 3 years. Not one smidgen.
Now we're looking good. Everybody looking
yes.
good. Keep
Still as beautiful.
Tuck that gray hair in.
As ever.
Tuck the gray hairs.
We all have them peeping around somewhere, right?
Right.
And they all have a kid's name. Like that one right there.
For real. Oh my God, I love it.
Oh man. Please say hello to your family and all the kids over there in ABA. I definitely miss working with you all. So
I know. We'll catch up though.
Yes, we will.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye, Amy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.